In today's video determining probability, you will be able to calculate the probability of an event occurring. Essential vocabulary for today is probability. Probability is the likelihood of an event occurring. Today we're going to work on assigning that a numerical value. The probability of an event occurring is the ratio of the number of ways an event can occur to the number of possible outcomes. So we can use a probability equation. The probability of an event occurring is the number of ways the event can occur over the total number of possible outcomes. So one way to write that ratio is as a fraction. That's the most often used way for probability. And since it's a fraction, you may also see probability expressed in other ways, because fractions can be converted to decimals and percents. We're always going to start out with a fraction. Okay, to determine probability, here's an example. On a number cube, to determine the probability of rolling a prime number, or if we want to abbreviate it, the probability of a prime number. Step 1, we're going to list all the possible outcomes that are prime numbers. So on a number cube, there are the digits 1 through 6. So 1 is not prime or composite, so we're not going to write that down. 2 is the very first prime number, so we're going to include 2 in our list of possible outcomes. 3 is also a prime number, so we're going to include 3. 4 is a composite number, so that's not an outcome that's prime. And 5 is the last prime number in the digits 1 through 6. So we had 2, 3, and 5 as possible ways that we can get a prime number. Step 2 is add the number of outcomes for the event. So there are 3 different possible outcomes, a 2, a 3, and a 5. Step 3 is use the probability equation. So the probability of getting a prime number is the number of ways a prime number can occur in our experiment over the number of possible outcomes. So we have 3 different ways we can roll a prime number out of 6 different possible outcomes. So our probability is 3/6. And since it's a fraction, if we want to, we can simplify that fraction. 3/6 is also equivalent to 1/2. Okay, let's look at another example. If you have a deck of cards and you want to know the probability of drawing a diamond, step 1 would be to list all the possible outcomes that are diamonds. So you have 2 of diamond all the way to 10 of diamonds, and then jack of diamond, queen of diamond, king of diamond, and ace of diamonds. Step 2 is to add the number of outcomes for the event. So how many different ways can we pick a diamond? Well, if you count, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there are 13 possible outcomes for diamonds. Step 3 is to use that probability equation. So the probability of picking a diamond is the number of ways a diamond can occur, so 13, out of the total number of outcomes. Well, there's 52 cards in a deck of cards. So 13 out of 52. And again, if you wanted to simplify that, this ratio simplifies to 1 to 4, an equivalent ratio. Because there's 4 different suits, so it makes sense. There's diamonds, spades, hearts, and clubs. Alright, your turn. In your notes, please determine the probability of spinning blue on the spinner shown below. So I want you to follow that 3-step process. First, list all the possible ways you can spin it. Second, count how many possible outcomes there are that are blue. And third, use the probability equation.